Hey guys, Mr. T coming at you. We are going to do a little review in science, talking about weathering and erosion and the different types of weathering, and how um, weathering is the breaking down of rocks. And remember, erosion is when the rocks are already broken down, erosion carries those rocks away. And also, as it's carrying them, erosion wears those rocks down as well. So, we're going to talk about those things and so here we go. Just a little review. These videos are obviously in the Google form. You'll watch my video and you just answer a couple questions and you'll read along with Mr. T while you're at home. So simple. All right, here we go. We're going to start out with how do slow processes change the earth, right? How do those processes change the earth? So here we go. All over Earth, you can see many natural features such as mountains, valleys, canyons, and cliffs. You might think that these features never change, but they do, slowly over time. Mountains wear away and valleys widen. Canyons deepen, cliffs crumble to the ground, and new land forms. Earth's surface is changing all the time, right? And we did a little experiment, right, and with Mrs. Frisbee, right? To prove how water changes the land, right? Water rushes over rocks in a lake, fed by water from a glacier in Iceland. Okay, science and vocabulary. Landform. A landform is a natural feature on Earth's surface. A sand dune is a common landform in many deserts, right? And those dunes are formed by wind, right? Weathering. Weathering is the breaking apart, wearing away, or dissolving of rock. We know that, right? Weathering is what breaks down rocks. Waves crash into rocks and make them smaller through weathering. Sediment. Sediment is material that comes from the weathering of rock, right? So those sediments are little broken pieces of rock caused by weathering, right? And that's called sediment, right? Sediment and rushing water rubs against rocks and makes them smooth, right? Then we have abrasion is the scraping away of materials, right? When blue sediment against the surface of these rocks and cause abrasion. What else we call that? Sandblasting, right? It's like sandblasting. So we have erosion. Erosion is the picking up and moving of sediment to a new place. So weathering breaks the rocks apart into sediment, and erosion carries them from one place to another. Remember that? Glaciers move sediment in the process of erosion, right? Deposition is the laying down of sediment and rock in a new place. Deposition formed a fan-shaped delta at the mouth of this river, right? All the stuff that river carried all the way down, right, ends up right here, deposited at the delta. All right. Landforms on Earth's surface. Earth's surface is made up of landforms. A landform is a natural feature. Some landforms, such as mountains and hills, rise high above the surrounding land. Other landforms, such as river valleys and canyons, have higher land around them. Plains are areas of flat land. Deserts are mainly dry, and coastlines are landforms where the land and ocean meet. Use the chart on the next page to learn about some of the landforms on Earth's surface. Sand dunes, right? Look at those. Those are formed by wind. We talked about that. Look at some of these landforms. Mountains are high places with steep sides that rise above the surrounding land, right? The Himalaya in Bhutan. Plains in Kansas. A plain is a large flat area of land, right? We have plains in Ohio. We have plains and plateaus in Ohio. Then we have oceans. An ocean is a very large body of salt water, right? Rivers and valleys. River valleys. A river valley is low land formed by flowing water. Yellowstone River in Wyoming. Coastlines. A coastline is where land meets the ocean. Canary Islands in the Atlantic Ocean. And the Grand Canyon in Arizona. Canyon is a deep, narrow valley with steep sides, right? All right, so here's our first break, and this is the first video, so I'll show you which ones I want you to answer right here. It says, name and describe 3 landforms that you have seen. Yeah, so we're going to do this. That's the question you're going to answer. All right? That's the only one right there, number 1 for this one that we're going to answer, and it's on your Google form. It's after this video. So, good luck. I'm going to put a PDF of each of the chapters that I've read if you want to go back on your own and check it out. But for this one, we're going to name and describe 3 landforms you have seen. Good luck. Tadero out.